Hello, friends. I come today your way with these sharp words of encouragement. I just want to encourage somebody to be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. Being yourself is one of the most valuable gifts you can give to yourself. And it is also one of the challenging things today in our society because we are living in a time where the crisis of identity is becoming more and more serious. The identity crisis has gone so deep in our society, in our everyday life, so much so that for many people it's becoming normal. It's like a normal thing. A lot of people, they have lost their identity. They don't even know who they are. You know, mankind has a way of normalizing a situation even when it is something that should not be normal. And the reason we do that as humans is because we have this ability to cope, to build up a coping mechanism. It's like a defense for us to cope with any situation we find ourselves into. And normalizing something that should not be normal is one of those defense mechanisms that we have come up with. And when it comes to our self identification or personal identification, this is taking root in our society to the extent that a lot of people find it normal. But believe you me, one of the reasons why we have so much confusion, mental problems, is because of this crisis of self-identification. What we call today packaging or rebranding is rooted with this identity crisis. And for a lot of people, it is a way out of a situation. For some, it's a way they have discovered to achieve something or to sell themselves, to sell their gift, to sell their potential. And there is nothing wrong for one to come up with strategies or new ways of selling what they have. But when it gets to the point where you are not just selling your product, your service, but you are also losing your soul, you are losing your personality, you are losing that which make you, then it becomes a problem. It becomes a problem. And that is why I believe it is very important for us to take some time and reflect about our lives and ask ourselves certain questions. Are you yourself? Are you who you are? To be yourself, you need to know yourself. You know, today we spend a lot of time trying to study things around us we try to study what is trading, what is in the mode, what is selling, and we try to adapt ourselves or to come up with things that can sell, that is appealing. And we spend less time reflecting about ourselves, reflecting about our identity. So I want you to take some few minutes of your time and reflect about yourself as you go about your daily business. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? When this question is asked, it has nothing to do with the name you bear or the title. It has everything to do with your personality, your value. You see, if you can answer these questions truthfully to yourself, then it will be the greatest discovery that you will ever make or achievement. If you can answer these questions truthfully to yourself, it will be the greatest discovery or achievement that you will ever make. What do you want out of life? How do you feel doing what you do? What can you do differently? Why are you doing what you are doing? Who and what will you lose if you stop doing that? These are some questions that can help us to discover ourselves and be ourselves. I will take them again. Number one, what do you want? What do you want out of life? What do you desire? What do you want people to know about you? How do you feel doing what you do? How do you feel doing what you do? How do you feel? I've talked with so many people who have confessed to me that they hate what they are doing, but they have no choice to do it because of several reasons. For some of them, it is what is putting food on their table. It's what is helping them to pay their bills. But they hate it. But they still do it because that's the only thing they can do to take care of their needs. What can you do differently? What can you do differently? What can you do differently? If you don't feel good with what you are doing, what can you do differently? What can you do differently? There are some people, because of this packaging of a thing, they are living in the shadow of themselves. They can't go out and be themselves in the public. They always have to put these marks that they have created for people to identify them. They can't be themselves. The moment you knock at their door, it's a whole crisis because they have to put the marks back on. They are in pain. What can you do differently? Another question we need to ask ourselves is, why are you doing what you do? Why are you doing what you are doing now? Why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? What you are doing now, why are you doing it? You'll be surprised for you to know that there are some people, they are doing what they are doing not because what they are doing is taking care of their bills. They are doing it just because they want to create an impression. They want to belong. They want to be accepted. It gives them the feeling of being successful, of achieving something. It puts them ahead of others. But truly, you are not there. It's just a feeling. It's a mask. It's not a reality. And the last question is, who and what will you lose if you stop doing what you are doing? Who and what will you lose? Who and what? Because there are some people, they are in the situation where they are now, they are not satisfied. They are worried. They are in pains. But they can't stop. Simply because they are scared. If I stop doing this now, I've gone too far into this. If I stop it now, I'm going to lose this person. I'm going to lose this connection. How will people see me? So the question is, who and what will you lose if you stop doing what you are doing? Do you really deserve that person? Do you really deserve that thing? If you have to put the person or people and the thing you will lose or you are going to lose if you stop doing what you are doing, compare to your peace of mind, your happiness, that inner satisfaction, which weighs more? Like I said, I come with this encouragement just to encourage you to be yourself. No matter what is happening around you, no matter what is happening around us, no matter what we are hearing, no matter what is happening in the world, be yourself. Be yourself. You know, the great philosopher Socrates said, "Man, know thyself." It was a word of advice. He said, "Man, know thyself." Very, very few people know themselves today. And many don't care to discover who they are. You know, there is a war about your identity. You see, society wants you to have an identity. And the irony of it all is that the identity society is forcing on you today, the same society will not accept that identity tomorrow. Reason being that our society is in a constant movement. The society is changing every day. So what society accepts today as the norms, tomorrow will not be the same. You can testify with me, there are things that yesterday were normal, they were acceptable, but today they are abnormal in our world. They are abnormal. It's the same thing will happen when you accept the identity that society is trying to sell to you. And to even go further to this, when we speak of society forcing an identity on us, we also need to understand that it varies for where you find yourself. If you find yourself in Africa, the society in Africa have a way of saying things, have their own value. So if you accept the identity that the society in that continent is trying to force on you, then you happen to move from that continent and find yourself in Asia. And there in Asia, there's another set of values that the society there wants the people who lives in that continent to have. Then if you move from Asia to Europe or to the Americas, what happened? You are now being shaped with 3 or 4 different societies' values. How do you survive? You can't live your life like a chameleon, that you change every now and then. Your values, your principles, because of what society is asking you to do. Be yourself. Are you satisfied with yourself? It's not about what you have achieved. It's not about what you are doing. It's not about who is applauding you, who is praising you. Deep inside of you, are you satisfied? Are you fulfilled? I just want you to ponder over this. Are you fulfilled? Be yourself. Everywhere you find yourself, wherever you will be, wherever you will go, whoever you have to deal with, be yourself. Be yourself. It is not easy, but it is possible. Be yourself. Be yourself. I know it will be one of the challenging things for you to do, but it is also rewarding. If you will make up your mind to be yourself, if you have to be seen as controversial for being yourself, be yourself. Don't allow any man, any woman to take that from you. Be yourself. No matter the situation, be yourself. And it will be the greatest achievement you will ever make for your life. And posterity will remember you for being yourself. God bless you as you embark on this journey of being yourself. Stay blessed and see you soon. See you another time.